Hey everyone, welcome back to Guru's Library. I'm Harsh, and today we are diving into a book that left me disturbed, stressed, and emotionally exhausted. So, if you're thinking The Vegetarian by Han Kang is just about giving up meat, think again. This book will haunt you, confuse you, and makes you question everything. And that's what exactly why I'm telling you maybe you shouldn't read this book, but you still will be. So, yeah, let's just talk about it. At first glance, The Vegetarian seems like a simple story. A woman in South Korea decides to stop eating meat. But don't be fooled. This is not about vegetarianism. It's about control, obsession, trauma, and the suffocating expectations of society. So, this book is divided into three perspectives: her husband, her brother in law, and her sister. So, Young Hai, the protagonist, barely speaks, yet the entire novel revolves around this. Her choice to stop eating meat becomes a symbol of rebellion and self destruction. So, this is what it majorly covers. So this book made me uncomfortable, and if you read it, so I'm sure it will make you uncomfortable too. But that's exactly the point. So if I have to speak about why this book feels disturbing, and if I have to give you three major points, so I'll start with the first, which is the psychological horror. The way Young Hai is treated is horrifying, yet it's presented in a calm, detached manner. So, this is the first thing. The second thing is the mental health issues, and it majorly covers the mental health themes. In that, depression, trauma, and self destruction are centered to the story, and they are portrayed in a brutal, raw format. So, this is the third reason. And the third, which is the most important thing and which is very common, so it's society's control over women. So, the book shows how a woman's body is not truly her own. She is controlled by her husband, objectified by her brother in law, and only partially understood by her sister. So that's why this book feels very disturbing, and these are the major things which you will see in this book. Despite how unsettling this book is, you won't be able to put it down. Why? Now that's the major question, because Han Kang's writing is hypnotic. And there are like three reasons why I think it's actually very difficult. So first is its beautifully yet brutal way of telling the story is something which she has maintained. So the language is poetic, yet events are horrifying. So this is the first thing that I have noticed. Then this book makes you question things you never thought about before. So that's the second thing. And the next thing is it's unlike anything you have read before, and that's why it sticks with you. Like it's a story that you will feel like how it is going on, and you will get attracted to it to know more about it. So yeah, these are the three major reasons which I think is something which will make you to read this book even if you don't want to read it. So if I talk about myself, so when I started reading this book, so I started it with some expectation that, oh, maybe this book is about leaving like all the meat eating and all this culture, and that was my expectation, but it was not actually what I expected. So that's why when I started telling you like why you should think about this book as something which will interest you, you don't want to read it. So there are these elements that I have covered, and that's why I feel like maybe I should tell you before you start reading this book, because obviously this book has won Nobel Prize in Literature. Han Kang is she is really really talented, and I thought that maybe the book that won Nobel Prize, so that must be having some very different element. I personally didn't like it. I mean, in terms of reading it like such kind of story, because obviously I was in that situation. I was stressed. I was, not in that mood, and I started reading it. So it made me, more depressed. So yeah, so that's why this is something which I'll not recommend. If you are stressed or in a very bad situation, don't try it. But yeah, finally, like in the last, it depends on you. So, should you read The Vegetarian? Well, that depends. If you are looking for a easy, feel good kind of a read, absolutely not. Absolutely not. But if you are ready to be challenged, disturbed, and haunted by a book that lingers in your mind long, and after you have finished this book, then also it's going on in your mind. So you can take this book, you should read it. But yeah, this is not for me. I mean, as a person who likes to read, so this is something which I have read it, but I'll not read it in the future. Maybe for a discussion or something, I can talk about this book, but no, I will not read it in the future. So yeah, let me know in the comment section, have you read this book? What did you feel about this book? Like, and share your thoughts on it. So yeah, so subscribe to my channel and we will meet you in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.